Standard Time, 12:37 p.m. Welcome back to War Notes, episode 93. Episode 93. Today we are turning the spotlight up on the Trump administration's push to strip citizenship from naturalized Americans, even those who've done nothing wrong. Here's the thing. If they go after anyone's citizenship, they have to go after Trump's own family first, starting with the First Lady, Melania Trump, and their son, Barron. Because if your citizenship is up for revocation, no exceptions should apply, right? Especially not to protect the powerful. So what's happening now? The Justice Department has released a memo directing attorneys to prioritize denaturalization of individuals deemed, quote, threats to national security, end quote, or who allegedly misrepresented themselves during naturalization without criminal proceedings or guaranteed legal counsel. Why is this dangerous? Well, legal scholars warn that denaturalization under Trump 2.0 revives McCarthy-era tactics, risking weaponization against political rivals while violating the 14th Amendment, according to Vox.com and one of the reputable sources. So what is this thing about Melania, or if that's how you say it, Melania, and Barron? What's the deal with Melania and Barron? Well, Melania was born in Slovenia. So if you didn't know that, now you know. Melania was born in Slovenia. She became a U.S. citizen in July 2006. Okay? So if you don't know where this is, make sure you pull out your Google. Melania was born in Slovenia, and she became a U.S. citizen just barely in July 2006 via an EB-1 Einstein visa. Now, Barron is a natural-born citizen. But under Trump's denaturalization standards, Melania could be targeted. Barron, as her son, could be assumed to lose citizenship too. As TV host Joy Reid pointed out, granting this power while shielding the Trumps themselves shows much hypocrisy and makes it unconstitutional, according to thedailybeast.com and for the reputable sources. Now, what rules apply here? Citizenship can only be revoked if someone fraudulently obtained it or committed war crimes or treason before naturalization. These standards are designed to protect due process. But the DOJ memo opens the door to broader overreach. Here's the key point. If Melania remains untouchable under this policy, while ordinary naturalized citizens aren't, that isn't justice. That's unequal power. Again, if Melania remains untouchable under this policy, while ordinary naturalized citizens aren't, that isn't justice. That's unequal power. And if Trump doesn't apply the rules to his own family, courts should strike it down. Courts should strike it down. Here's the bottom line. Either citizenship is a sacred right, protected by the Constitution and applies equally to all, or it's a political weapon with power wielded only by the privileged. If Melania or Barron aren't first on the list, then no one should be on it. And no, I did not see that New Zealand had an earthquake. When was this? When was the earthquake? Let me know in the comments, please, my dear. So again, if Melania and Barron aren't on the first list, then no one should be on it. Because here's the deal. In America, no citizen is above the law, Donald Trump included, right? That's what he said. So she shouldn't be above the law. Her son shouldn't be above the law. All of these things should not be above the law if we're following the constitutional law. Well, I'm going to make sure that I check it out, and I'm going to follow up on the news on it for the New Zealand earthquake, and I'll make sure that I report it here so we can share it with everybody. Thank you so much for including that information. Now, again, this is War Notes, everybody. This is episode 93. Please stay informed, demand equality, and never settle for double standards. I'll see you all soon in the next episode, and I'll make sure I bring New Zealand information ASAP. Hello, Jaya Abadi. Welcome. Welcome. And I'll check you out. I Love God 7. Once I check back in, I'll make sure that I check up on the recent news on New Zealand, and I'll make sure I bring that to you all ASAP. Thank you all so very, very much indeed.